1997 Ford F150 with the 5.4 V8. Today we're going to be replacing the starter. Let's get to it. First step is going to be to remove the negative battery cable. These are aftermarket, so I don't know what your size will be, but for these it is a 12 millimeter to undo the locking nut. Ooh, that's on there tight. Got some corrosion in there. Taking a quick look at the new starter, we can see that it's held on by 3 bolts. One right here on the other side of the not stator, the starter solenoid, and then these 2 right here. All right, from the front passenger side of the vehicle, there's your starter right up in here. Go ahead and start by removing this protective cap. It just pops right on and off. This protects the harness right there from grounding out against anything. Make sure you don't lose it because you will need it for the reinstall. Let's go ahead and start removing the harness. The signal wire is held on with a 10 millimeter bolt. And when you take this nut off, make sure that you grab the washer with it. So we have the nut and the washer together. With that nut removed, we can go ahead and disconnect the signal wire and tuck it out of the way. All right, now let's go ahead and remove the main power line from the battery. It is a 15 millimeter right here. And remove that harness. After both of those have been removed and the harness is cleared, well, for the most part, from the starter solenoid right there. Next we're going to come right over here to the back of the starter. We're going to remove this grounding bolt. We're going to remove the grounding bolt right here. It is a 13 millimeter. And with that removed, we can take the rest of this harness off and tuck the whole thing out of the way to make removing the starter and installing the new one much easier. Give us a whole lot of room in there. And with this bolt loose, we're going to leave it in as the last bolt, because if you undo the top bolt, you have a chance of this starter just falling right out and crushing your toe. So we're not going to do that. Now the next 2 bolts on these starters are on top of the starter, so they're very hard to see. Even if I put my camera up in here, I don't know if I'll be able to get a good view of them. There's 2 of them up there. And for that, you're going to have to kind of rig up some. And to get to those, you're probably going to have to rig up some kind of an extension setup like this. I'll see if I can reach them. If not, I'll have to get some more. Right. Got a bite on the first one. Ow, my finger. Alright, we've removed the first bolt. And the second bolt up top is the harder one to get a hold of because it is on top of the whole starter. So to get that first bolt out, I used a deep 13 with a 3-inch extension. I'm probably gonna have to switch over to either 2 3-inch extensions or a 6-inch extension, whichever one I find first. So I found another 3-inch extension first. So that's what we're going with. And like I said, actually seeing them is pretty much impossible. You basically just have to feel around for them. And I've been doing this for a while, so this is a little bit easier for me than most, but if you get lost, just look at your new starter to kind of guide you. Oh, you bastard. Alright, and there's the second bolt. And now we are free to remove the bottom bolt. I don't think this is going well, actually. Let me get another 3-inch extension. There's our third bolt, and there is our starter. Now you can see that this starter is covered in oil, more than likely from a leaking valve cover gasket. So I'll let the customer know about that after I inspect those valve cover gaskets to be certain. You can see it's just covered in oil. But yeah, go ahead and reinstall in reverse process. That top bolt is going to be a pain, but you know, just kind of bear with it, and you'll get it eventually. I know they're always a problem for me. But other than that, that's pretty much everything you need to do to replace this starter. If this video helped you out, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.